Hey guys, Joanna here. I thought today would be a great day to do my video, and also to say that I think for a little bit I'm going to be doing the videos once a week instead of every day because I'm in that healing and the rebuilding process, and really what it requires is a lot of work and a lot of dedication and a lot of commitment on my part. And that requires sometimes being silent, um, you know, because you gotta be silent in order to hear what's happening. So actually, that made me think about, like, what did I want to talk about today? What is it that I've been thinking about all week? And it's this: is that this has been the best year of my life on many fronts. First off, because for the first time in my life, I not only have I been required to be vulnerable and to be open and to be transparent, but I've actually been doing it. And I've gotten to integrate some really cool lessons in my life, which, like I teach on a regular basis, and, that I already knew, but I just hadn't integrated. Um, so there's that, and that's actually what I'm going to talk about in like a couple minutes, or maybe 30 seconds, we'll see. And then there's also the fact that this has been the worst year of my life. Like, it's not every day that you get a phone call, say, or you get to go to a doctor's office and hear them tell you you've got cancer. And I don't care, like, what the doctor's prognosis is. Having that diagnosis is scary, and it is mind blowing, and it changes your world. And it changes your world in, like, massive ways and really small ways. And so, I'm gonna get all verklempt. Like, that's the thing, is it changes everything, and it makes you, like, it made me go to that place that Joseph Campbell said, the cave that you are afraid to go into, that is the place that holds your greatest treasure. And so, having the cancer diagnosis is the thing that took me to that place. It is the thing that made me realize that I have something to offer the world, that my life is worth living, and that I'm going to spend the rest of my life, no matter how long that is, being grateful that I'm here, and, asking for the things that I want, instead of sitting there, like, holding back. And also that I share what I learn, because I think that's the thing. The other thing that Joseph Campbell talks about is, like, we're all here on a hero's journey. We all have something to teach. We all have something to learn, and when we learn, we've got to give it away. I'm pretty sure Maya Angelou said something similar. When you get, give. When you learn, teach. So, like, I'm not 100% certain how it's going to turn out, but I think the thing that I've been doing as a hobby, which is teaching and speaking and coaching, I think that is somehow what I'm working on becoming better at, and also finding a way in order to be able to do it. So actually, that, like, let's get back to that. So, like, the thing that I've learned about in my best worst year ever is that number one, nothing is as bad as it seems. Like, no matter what the diagnosis is, and what someone else's prognosis is for it, like, it doesn't count until I'm done. And like, what I'm done meaning is, like, I can still be the best of me in the middle of all the awfulness. Number two is that you got to encourage yourself. Like, the couple weeks ago, I was playing some music and dancing around the house, and a girlfriend asked me like what I was doing, and I was like, "Oh, I'm playing music and dancing around the house." And she's like, "Oh, that's great! Any day that ends in a dance party is an awesome day." And I was just like, "No, the day wasn't awesome. It was just that I needed to encourage myself, you know, and like I've learned that I cannot wait until it feels good to dance. I just gotta dance anyway, and then I'll feel good doing it, and that carries forth in the rest of my life. Um, the third thing I've learned is that I want people on my team, and it can't just be anybody. It's got to be people that that will encourage me and lift me up, and that I encourage and I lift up in the same way. They say that that you become the person, like the people that, like the 5 people we spend the most time with, and like I want to be awesome and amazing and a super duper badass, and I don't want to give up on life, and so like I can't hang out with people that are gonna give up on life, right? Or that make excuses because I don't, and that's pretty awesome. And having people on my team that are like I want to be. My friend Kathy's a really, really good example of this. She's someone that I want to be like, and having her on my team is awesome, and being on her team is pretty damn cool. So yeah, there's that. And then here's the other thing I realized, and I kind of alluded to that in the first one, is that I'm bigger than cancer. I'm bigger than addiction. I'm bigger than mental illness. I'm bigger than cancer. I'm bigger than any challenge or any scary thing that might come my way. And the only way that I know I'm bigger is by stretching and by doing the thing that I thought that I couldn't do. And that's how I become bigger. And that's how I outgrow my fear. It's not by sitting still. And, the last thing I learned this year is that you got to ask for what you want. And you can't wait. You can't wait for anything. You just got to ask for what you want, whether or not you think you can do it. The truth is that if it's in your heart to ask, then you can totally do it. Because you wouldn't be in the position of wanting something if you don't ask. You wouldn't be in the position of wanting something and being uncomfortable with not asking and not moving forward if you weren't capable of doing it. So I say, like I've learned this year, I gotta ask for what I want when I want it, instead of waiting and thinking like, is this the politically correct thing to do? Like, is it okay? Am I gonna break rules? The reality is that not everything is as it seems. And I've learned that too, and who cares what the answer is? You just gotta ask. You'll be surprised at what shows up. And if you don't ask, then you lose opportunities, and that kind of sucks. Because if the opportunity is there for you, it's there for you, and you should be picking it up. So I've learned that too. And like I said, this has been the best, worst year ever. And I've been sitting here for the last 2 weeks actually thinking about what's next in my life, and I've been really working on some cool ideas and some neat things. Though I'm gonna continue to work on those because it's gonna be about a month before I am fully back in the saddle and doing things that I want to do 100% of the time. So while I'm focused on the healing, I'm also going to be focused on a couple of projects that I think you really like. So Happy New Year's. Thank you for all of the the good support and all of the well wishes and all of the prayers. And dude, just thank you for being you. And I can't tell you how cool it is to show up someplace. Like I showed up at a party on New Year's Day. It was the first holiday thing I got to do all year, and it was amazing because it was the first party of the year. And I showed up, and my friend Allison like walks in the door, and she's like, "Fuck Cancer! I've been watching the whole time. You got this." So like that, I can't tell you how much that meant to me. So, like, keep being you. Thank you. And I know that 2016 is going to be the best year ever. And I wish you many blessings. If there's any questions that I can answer, just let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, have a great week, and I'll talk to you later.